Hello everyone, Jane Morgan here from Quilters Palette. I'm actually at a class today with the Heritage Park Quilters Guild, and I just thought I'd do a quick video of showing the classroom layout. It's just an amazing setup here, and I'll show you a little bit about the venue that we're at. That's pretty exciting too. So I'm just going to switch the camera around here and I'll take you on a wee tour. So first of all, we're in, if you're familiar with Heritage Park, there is a building called Gasoline Alley, which has antique vehicles in it. If you haven't been, this is an absolute must-see. So we are actually on the mezzanine level, where it is a nice wide open space. And I'll just take you for a quick walkthrough as to the class setup. So the lighting's going to change in here because it's a little unusual. The lighting itself is not necessarily that bright. It's of course more old school in keeping with the Heritage Park theme. But they do have these, so on the video it's going to change a bit here, so I may lose you at points. But they do have these windows, and the natural light is just perfect for the barn quilt painting. So we've got this wide open space that goes all the way over there, but what we've done is set the tables up at the windows so that the painters have the benefit of the natural light coming in. And here in Calgary today, it's an absolutely beautiful day outside. The sun is shining. As you can see, this is the, maybe you can't see, it's pretty bright. That's the Glenmore Reservoir out there. It still has ice and snow on it. So all the way down here, we've got these tables. We have 11 participants today, and so everyone's busy painting and working on their barn quilts. And then, so just so you get an idea what I like to see for a classroom setup, we have a table here. This is the color table. So this has a couple of things on it. First of all, it has my old style sticks, which are these smaller popsicle tongue depressor type sticks. And then we have my color board, which shows each of the colors. And then this year I've brought in some new color sticks. These are quite a bit larger, but it's a little bit nicer just to show how colors work together and whatnot. So we have that. And then moving over here, this is where we had, so this is my demo table where I set up and show instructions. And then we have, this is a table which I need at most of my classes because I bring a full supply of all my colors. So you can see in here, for example, each color, each of these stacks has 4, and there are 4 columns of each color. So I basically bring 16 1-ounce containers of all of my colors, which I have, currently I have 68 colors. So I bring enough for students to have ample to pick from for their board that they're doing in class, and also to buy extra paints if they want to make another one. And then down here you can see these are my 2x2 boards, the ACM panels that are primed on one side. And I always bring extra to class for students to purchase. And then I have a couple of barn quilts of my own that I brought just for display so they can see what else can be done. And then the last thing that I have to show you here at class is I do set up a pop-up shop, which includes these stone absorbent coasters. I do retail my paintbrush washers. I just brought these in, little pocket color wheels. They're perfect for whether it's paints that you're picking or wanting to mix paints. It'll help you with that, or even fabric. And then of course I've got these cute little quilt stickers. And by the way, all these items you can find on my website. And we do have, I have just one of these boards left. This is a drawn out pattern on a 1x1. And of course I have my barn quilt painting, how to paint a barn quilt. So if you can't make it to one of my classes, this is your go-to manual for just that. It's full of full color pictures and step by step. And then just one other quick thing I want to show you here. Is all these carts. This was just wonderful. So as I mentioned, I'm with the Heritage Park Quilt Guild today, and each of the ladies brought a wagon to help me unload my truck. And this is just fabulous because, well, one of these wagons is mine. And normally it takes me 3 or 4 trips to unload all of my pop-up shop and my paints and whatnot. But these amazing ladies, we got it done in one trip. It was just wonderful. So I'd like to thank them very much. And also, they did this. They brought in coffee and Timbits and other gluten-free snacks and teas. It's just marvelous. And as I say, we are in this incredible location as well, with all the vintage signs hanging from the ceiling and the cars down below. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.